Eastern region, also the first batch of the MMDCE list about. The second batch of the MMDCE list, no, it be becoming sir. But then you take keen interest in our Eastern region. Niyama wana will call for vetting and rechi and enra. And the positions are no mukuta and various constituencies are and no vying for that position. But there's one thing I want to support. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with the greatest of humility to you and your office. Obia na koyo bebia or vying for any position bia, especially MMDC position bia no, na kebeya famasa obano. Ana men empowerment. Yes. Ebeya na kafamasa obano. Oba bia wa contest for any position bia ebeya na kafama wo. Not to underrate and underestimate the fact that a men are not capable of doing that. But let's give women the chance to be also to be heads of institutions and to also be part of governance. Of course, I am not be a journey but that is not it. The year kese will be part of say, man quite be brave. No more to me a part of government. They will be part of nation building because Oba fear most there na sumjeba. And see, in the Eastern region, see, let me come for Kwawu Afam Plains. Kwawu Afam Plains North. Obeja di say omo chairman e contest bi. Kalino prosper as a dipe. Udini mamoni ya fachame. Ona ye constituency chairman or call for MC Nibi. Tedu Mohammed eso e constituency secretary. Odoso kopebi. Emma Kate Mawusi Baba Nawo Odoso Ekubi. Odoso a women organizer. Interview chairman, secretary, women organizer. Omomiesa and a call for vetting. Salis to own no baby. It's been far to TV this crab when you be a but you boneless to the amount. Said this is the Ekofu Mukoye. It's me I am seeking for women empowerment. Baby, I am member dear. They know the best. But baby, Obama woman kwa dear. Yema Obana Quenyano no uncle. Kwawu from place south. Yes, also our Tika. You need they are not doing. But you will Tika or honor youth organizer. And you want Moses Tangmi, or a secretary or and you want Augustine Ganube, also a former deputy youth organizer. Where it is a battle among three gentlemen. But maybe to say a betifidie, Abena, I am happy to tell you, say, Nipa Bako pe and the koye. That is the chairman. Samuel Asamoah. Or don't go on a qua betifi or qualifier. Now, young come prior so. Meaning, so was some prior so listed down. No one prior. Aha. Now, Bobo prior so listed in my and prior so and yet not. Nipa bese and nine yes sir yes nipa be sent ye wo efa or sable to David and I saw Muhedin but it's Muhedin efa a constituency secretary no a secretary okay or a secretary and I we Muhayadin Adam Meboa Muhammedin yes Adam Kalimo no na parliamentary candidates no one prize and Muhammad Salisu so ye chairman. I had to come say the Basana na say your constituency secretary, parliamentary candidate, constituency chairman, and your parliamentary candidates. What you mean? At the same time, you have to have a that said get your person president. Now if you got a person chief of staff. Challenge now. Now John Dramani Mahama say also require be fast to be the president of the Republic of Ghana. What to be that? Yes. Yeah, well, parliamentary candidates, yeah, well, constituency chairman, and there was secretary. And there are some Messi. And there are some Messi. Yeah, Kwawu East, Kwawu West. Kwawu West, and so Tamimu
Alidu. Chairman.
Aha.
And Ernestina Abibi, deputy treasurer. And upon Frances. And so for Caneno chairman.
Medical Commission be about His Excellency
Frances and your bar.
Ernestina.
Devina Frances, once I had a money be the Frances.
Well, or a former chairman, dear. So I bet me a possible. Mammy, you know, they should choose the best among them.
Okay.
Okay. They should choose the best among them.
Okay. And I bring nothing so.
Who are interested for her? Nuruddin Mohammed Fuseni.
Okay.
Now on an constituency chairman.
Okay.
For 3 terms.
Okay.
At a point in time, no more problem about parliamentary candidate because this place is highly dominated by the NPP.
NPP, okay.
There is no go area demand the NDC. And after sir Okokoye constituency chairman no, or Sasu Bebe parliamentary candidates at the NDC. What I say? It is Okokoye parliamentary candidates. No, I constituency chairman. Nasa ne dibrebia babeto dia. To me. Nuruddin Fuseni Mohammed, I have had time to study a brim pa because at a point in time now issues were this is a man or turn a car and the quiet party Juma.
Okay. Internet is what paying the dues on.
It does not mean sir Daniel, our secretary unqualified. And I say Hakim Entry Abdul, our deputy secretary unqualified. But look at parliamentary candidates, constituency secretary, deputy constituency secretary. The parliamentary candidate. Meanwhile, Onua Yedin and the John Dramani Mahama and they contested for that parliamentary elections. It is a non committee MPR and MMDCEs.
Yeah.
That is my interest. Yankwa Tiwa West.
And as also in team na chairman no na Ajariken is a parliamentary candidate. Na just say na no ade ya.
What do Ajariken or a lawyer? Ajariken is a lawyer. Now, who said from Kumasi, Accra, Kumasi Highway? Oh, Ref, Osino.
Osino.
A hawker home. Baby, you two galabse pa, and they're quite home broad daylight. You two galabse pa. But I'm happy, Sir Kenneth Ejare, taking that bold decision. That place is a no-go area for the NDC. About try, they did their maximum best, but I want to me. Robert Kwawu Dafia, Associate 2020 parliamentary candidate. But between 2020 and 2024, difference kakrawo. The fresh face, there was a fresh face, which is the 2024. I had a more contest about because here, chairman.
Yeah, chairman won't be.
2024 parliamentary candidates, 2020 parliamentary candidates.
Yeah.
Now, so if you take a critical analysis of the two, I hear they are. As a Fufrobesi. But mind you, I'm going to say in national elections, chairman or contesting yet to the Swaba. 2024 parliamentary candidates contesting yet to the Swaba. Or primaries. And at 2020, so primaries, so they know the dynamics within the constituency. But who is the grassroots man? Why not or your turner, your better? Why not? Yes. I will not be surprised. Sir Kenneth met me as standing top because Kenneth, I'm not qualified, but Kenneth is a lawyer. Kenneth is a grassroots person, and I know whoever I'll be choosing to be will be eligible. But I personally, I feel say Kenneth can do the job much more better.
Okay.
Yes.
And maybe our can say past candidate, immediate candidate.
Yeah.
Used
of course.
And also might buy him.
Of course. Now you call the Etiwa West.
Etiwa West, and so Amo Johnson on a chairman. And Ejekum Damparin.
Yes. So
former
ward secretary. Obviously, the chairman will stand out because of course the ward constituency secretary is obvious. Yes, the next one number 9 Fantiakwa South. Johnson. Congratulations in advance.
Yes. And Fantiakwa South and a Ajekum Dampare on a former ward coordinator and Kofi Ejako Dankwan, so a 2012 parliamentary candidate. And I Mercy Kwan and so yeah women's organizers and said
I have my position. Mostly women organizers for no more school feeding. But when a woman stands up to be able to contest for position like this, they should be able to give. Yes, I mean, that is where I that's my interest.
In chair say Mercy Kwan and Sabekania. Fantia Kwanos, Osman Abubakar, one director of elections.
He was appointed.
Lawrence Atron, so ye treasurer. Samuel Lord,
executive member. So let's see. Fantia Kwanos.
Ebakwa say Latif Ajani.
Another trouble because we had
Charles Darko Yabuanso 2024 parliamentary candidate and Kujo Adukpo and former deputy regional secretary.
Well, all the parliamentary candidates for the year.
I say it's an obvious fact to say.
Eastern region, Ashanti region. I feel strongly say Obia or parliamentary candidate for 2024 Biado. Yeah, first position in Mano.
It looks like they have the upper hand.
Of course. Yeah, quite chance. Fantia South. Sorry, Abuaka
South. Mohammed Sanusi, one chairman.
Congratulations to you, chairman.
Obvious fact, chairman Annie Binya. Chance and so George Champon, one chairman. Samuel Usubrako, 2024 parliamentary candidate.
Yes.
And Daniel one so a secretary. Peace or what? Just say the IND as a piece.
But you see, to say maybe to say Brim Central, I am happy. Brim South, that is Achim Swedru. I am happy, said the constituency chairman. Any other for secretary or more position in now, or Muje Mudema 2024 parliamentary candidates. Because Yatono.
And I'm a person just more upper hand. It's an obvious fact. And I'm confounded so.
Of course.
Be immediate candidates.
But sometimes it depends on the number of votes are being.
Oh, yeah. But I am who is set to say a major parties. NDC MPP.
Yes.
Mostly.
It's the other one.
If any panel or NDC call canvassing for votes. And see, Brim South or Brim South.
Okay. No, you know what Achiase.
Achiase mum. Achiase
there is
okay. Parliamentary candidate.
Okay.
Yanko
Brim Central.
Brim South mum. Yeah. Taju Rahim. Brim South. Taju Rahim.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, sure.
It's on
2024 parliamentary candidate.
It's an obvious.
Congratulations to him.
Brim Central Oda and no Ansa Anoba S. Godfred on a secretary Solomon Kusibrakoye parliamentary candidate 2024 and Jones Asante parliamentary candidate 2024.
How? Is it that one constituency? You have two different parliamentary candidates.
I was a back and a better prime minister to me.
Well, I think so. Maybe they would look at it very well. Yeah.
Maybe so they were both. I know, but you
no, it cannot be possible. It cannot be possible. Yeah, you have two different parliamentary candidates. Maybe I know you're parliamentary aspirant.
But they are aspirants, and I be about so any candidate and say what they pray. And Achiman sounds so mature of one say Linda Henkwaye Enkane.
That is Kudopo Crew.
Okay, Buhari Abubakar is your vice chairman, and Joshua Sumin Bedun, your former chairman. The same was the kind of Kamano.
Emmanuel Betmiako, or a former women's organizer, if indeed she paid her dues well.
It's and no, not just here, even though the roots is in Kamano, by the person
yes,
and no modern board. I saw your back against in what
exactly.
Then Chambon so mature Aquatia. And Uma Ahmed, director of election, also called Joseph Kofi Asidu, or a former secretary, and Erasmus Connie Allen, so a former youth organizer.
Yeah.
David, we are.
You're calling for zero number.
Say, me then Chamor then I make an Yakutia 19.
Okay.
19 I make.
Okay.
Director of election.
Yes.
Former secretary.
How no contest in the abedin, but I know said they would do the needful.
Lower West Achim Ben Uswakwa secretary. Paulina Kabila, a woman's.
Yeah, maybe a question. Paulina or her, Akambila or her, the party should consider her because there is no parliamentary candidate. Until you consider Obano.
Okay.
21 years Achim, Upper West Achim.
There was some more promise at his.
Yes, also Obawum, Rebecca Chipsa, Chisa,
Chisa.
Or your bar. Or your women's organizer.
Or your women's organizer.
Aye.
And I William Magbalenyo no yeding.
Nay, war in Sawam Adwejiri. Ye former parliamentary candidates, simple.
It's obvious.
Because the parliamentary candidates, Obekaya, results was contested. Inti, and what's the boho? This is the manner. On another bread. On Bishao. On another premission.
But to the other side.
Yeah, got 23.
MMDCEs. 23 Crabwalk Hotel. I used to know Joshua Lati, secretary. Advise a former secretary. Shaibu Yaya, a organizer.
A contest between Joshua Lati and the Shaibu Yahaya. That is the secretary and the organizer. Yes. Just the contest.
So Richard Zifa Advocacy chairman Lydia when was Sarah women's organization. That they work on a man and a dubois for Martin so yeah presiding member and can presiding member. And where they all
easy. Yeah, new job enough. Well, Urbanity but likely. Minimum I just sincerely hope and pray.
You saying this time can pass our opportunity and more how they'll perform.
Yeah, sure.
New job and nonsense so Samuel Adungo 2024 parliamentary candidate.
He's a very young guy, very knowledgeable guy. Yeah.
And now Chairman's Wumbi.
Or
say I mind dear, and I'm Musa for saying so.
A contest between chairman, Samuel Adongone, parliamentary candidates, and a new job in South today is an obvious choice. Regional vice chairman,
Ransford
Usubuachi on the
and it said you can congratulations in advance. Occurring so your Eric William, I yet or a chairman and a prince already do a 2024 parliamentary candidate.
2024 parliamentary candidates, Prince already will not be a bad person to
chairman PC.
Yeah, I don't know some
chairman PC.
There's a Kofobo Onguso. You go to North.
If you have nothing, so you are John Evans Kumoji, you are a 2024 parliamentary candidate. Then a Kofi Arenso, your chairman, and a Opoku Cafe, former chairman.
Obviously,
chairman PC.
Former chairman. Obviously, 2024 parliamentary candidates is likely to go there.
He has the upper hand.
Yes.
If you have him South and so now Abuaji PL. Or your secretary Siaki Abudu, your former treasurer, na Usai of Fair.
Umunya Fadi Di Mai. It's where they made their establish their home. You call Apa Menya Krobo,
your Ivan Srenya May, or your former youth organizer Mohammed Ibrahim, a Zongo Kokos, no, and that one, I know Imano Kwesi lawyer, and so lawyer, and so a communication officer, Manokofi.
Beyond whatever. Beyond the competence, it said to me now, Obia, or to me communicating well to the grassroots people.
Okay.
Obey DC, and then because of the fact that we're moving to the DC, we're always serving the interest of the party, or serving the interest of your community, and the district at large. Intianono are very, very important, and I know the party will take key notice of it. Me, I will not be surprised if former youth organizer,
I feel say the youth organizers now almost so upon.
Yes.
Because youth know the side grassroots youth know. And sometimes how close you get to them until youth organizer, now when you're mobile exactly. Link another than
when you Benjabiane Bizatella be never quaquayajuma. Yako Lower Menya
Krobo, your John Marty or your chairman, your Felix Na, Amano, your secretary, Ella Godwin, Ublandan, so you use organizer.
Can you imagine? Chairman, secretary, youth organizer.
Obvious chairman, no.
You can't talk more.
Youth organizer free in a way to chairman. I only be what say,
yeah.
I say for book kakra.
I may respect kakra.
Inti yanko Yilo Kobo, a Hosado Francis Akumate, secretary, Jonas Setten, Moya vice chairman, and Edmond Otu Ellis, and so a former director of elections. Inti chairman, director of elections former.
So a Hanamoye secretary, vice chairman, former director of elections. So obviously there will be the secretary and the vice chairman. You look credible. Well, it will not be bad. Now you got the final one. So there are 33 MMDAs in the eastern region. The last one is Sujaman.
Sujaman.
Okay.
Sujaman was Sikanku Bright or a chairman. Clement Kwame Amegache is secretary na Godwin Bobo B. But he's a chairman.
Wow. So you were all the 33 MMDAs lists our had Museo Eastern region.
Yeah.
Later, God willing, tomorrow morning, yeah, the Ashanti region there, beba. Now, but I also still want to emphasize on the fact to say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on the appointing authority. Me assure say you said, sir, you want to give women the chance to be part of your government. 30% our cabinet crampo for that matter. But I mean, but for now, MMDAs, you know, if you want it to be more inclusive, our money there. And I would sincerely prefer say, maybe a man because look at the 33 MMDA. Am I one with a 60%? Am I one with a 60%? Who is 63, 36 more, 33 more, you say?
27.
Of course. Yafa more, yafa mama, no yafa kani mama. Of course. Yafa more, yafa kani.